Hold it. What are you doing here?
What?
What about the other foot? There ain't no sock on it.
I'll get to it.
Don't you know that the whole world puts on a sock and a sock and a shoe and a shoe?
I like to take care of one foot at a time.
That's the dumbest thing I ever heard in my life.
It's just as quick my way.
Wait a minute, that ain't the prank. You see what I don't keep doing it. Listen to me. Suppose there's a fire in the house and you got to run for your life. Your way, all you got on is one shoe and a sock. My way, you got on a sock and a sock. You see, you're even.
Suppose it's raining or snowing outside. Your way, with a sock on each foot, my feet would get wet. My way, with a sock and a shoe on one foot, I could hop around and stay dry.
I think you've been hopping around on your head. Wait a minute, listen to me. Supposing the other sock's got a hole in it.
It doesn't have a hole in it.
I said supposing it's got a hole.
Suppose it has a hole.
All right, it's got a hole in it. So, you ain't got another matching pair, so what do you gotta do? Your way, you gotta take off a whole shoe and a sock. My way, all you gotta do is take off one sock.
All right, if it'll make you happy, I'll start all over again.
No, you're halfway through. Now, gee, get on with it. We're in a hurry. You can start doing it the right way tomorrow morning. And do it that way for the rest of your life.
Hello, everybody. This is a podcast of a normal guy. A few things to talk about today. I hope you liked the clip I started with. It's my favorite ever moment. Well, there's a few favorite moments, but that's definitely one of them from All in the Family. Like I said, I mean, I'm not old enough to remember that show. The original versions of it, of course, like when it originally aired. But I love the reruns, the reruns of the reruns. It's a great show, and once again, rest in peace to Rob Reiner. But that's him and Carol O'Connor. That scene is hysterical, and I loved it. So I thought I'd include it there. There's so many obviously sad notes and everything else with Rob Reiner's passing. So I thought I'd put something in that was funny from the show. So without further ado, though, there's a couple of things I want to talk about. One of them is I'm going to start with Trump, because why not? There's obviously been a lot of things that he's done that is morally bankrupt. I mean, of course, we were talking about Rob Reiner after the fact. His statement was pretty well universally condemned by every sane person in the world, what he said about Rob Reiner and his wife, Michelle. So anyways, I'm not going to go into that because I think people probably heard enough about it. But the one thing I wanted to talk about with Trump was what he did with the plaques. So he put up pictures of past presidents and included plaques that he wrote. You may have heard about all this. Okay, I know I'm a couple days behind here, but all the late night people have already talked about it. But yeah, what he said about you can tell it's Trump. Just let me read little excerpts of it. So I'll put them up on the screen to you so you can see too as well. So this was about Joe Biden. It says Sleepy Joe. He actually put Sleepy Joe. Keep in mind, none of this is normal, right? That's what a lot of hosts and stuff keep saying. But just none of this is normal. And I hope that all of these things get ripped down once Trump is gone from office. But anyways, Sleepy Joe Biden was by far the worst president in American history, taking office as a result of the most corrupt election ever seen in the United States. You know, right, with Trump with all of his election denying and stuff. I just love it. And down in the second part, nicknamed Sleepy and Crooked, Joe Biden was dominated by his radical left handlers. And he mentions, of course, that, he said, but despite all, I mean, with all the horrible things he said, and at the end he said, but despite all, President Trump would get reelected. in a landslide with a capital L for some reason, and save America in all caps. You know, things like that. And again, this is a hallway in the White House where students are going to come in to potentially, learn about some of the past American presidents. There's so many other great ones, like for Bill Clinton. I'm not going to put examples up of all of them, but maybe I'll flash a few up here. But Bill Clinton's mentioned that, oh yeah, he was great, and he despite I'm paraphrasing, right? But despite controversy in the office, he created a great economy, only to be ruined by et cetera, et cetera. And then it mentions in there, explicitly mentions in Bill Clinton's plaque that his wife lost to Trump in the 2016 election. Just stuff like that. It's just absolutely hysterical. And but it's not, though, at the same time. Like I said, people are going to go into the White House getting tours and stuff, and they're going to see that. And I would be deeply embarrassed to be an American right now. I mean, at least one of the sane ones who didn't vote for Trump. And I know that's mean to say that, but I think that a lot of Trump voters even have come around to the fact that he's actually ruining their lives and not doing anything he said he would do, which should not be a surprise to anyone. He's all Trump is doing is enriching himself and his friends, and then he'll leave office and he'll be a multi-billionaire. I mean, and he's profiting from the presidency. And there's obviously all kinds of other things going on. The other issue too that I am deeply disturbed by, I mean, even as a Canadian, so he's ripping, or I don't know whether he already has or not, but the plan is to rename the Kennedy Center, so the Trump Kennedy Center. Like, he's like a little child, or even a dog, or a cat. Maybe even a better example is a cat who needs to mark their territory. So he's just leaving his mark on everything because that's kind of what he does. The Trump Kennedy Center, it's just terrible. I mean, absolutely awful. I loved it too when he accepted the fake FIFA Peace Award and just yanked the medal and put it on himself. Like, he is a petulant child, man, baby, and I just think it's pathetic. It's sad to watch. The other thing with Trump, what was it recently too? There was the Kennedy thing, there was what he's doing to the White House, and there was one other thing that happened recently that I was going to bring up, and I don't know, it's gone right now. But yeah, so for lack of better words, we just need to wait for the primaries, or the midterms, pardon me. We have to wait for the midterms, and hopefully the Democrats will really make him a lame duck president, because I don't know how much more of him the world can take right now. I took a quick break there to remember what the other thing I was going to say about Trump, and it's just gone. But there's so much. But put your favorite recent Trump memories, or whatever, not memories, but in the comments if you want. But anyways, moving on. Big sports weekend too. I just want to give a quick shout out to the Bears. I mean, it's weird this weekend because of Christmas, right? There's going to be games. I think there's 2 games today on Saturday and 2 tomorrow, or the rest of them tomorrow. I don't remember. And then some on Christmas Day. Excuse me. So I believe earlier in the day it's the Eagles and the Commanders, and then the Bears and the Packers play at 8:20, which it just kills me. I mean, I hope I can stay up. I mean, I really want to watch it. Of course, I'm a big Bears fan. Huge game, very important. I mean, if you haven't been following along, the Bears and the Packers played 2 weeks ago, and the Packers won, and like in Green Bay. And then last week, the Bears beat Cleveland, and the Packers lost to Denver. So we're right back where we started again. So this is a huge, very important game. So the Packers and the Bears fighting, duking it out for first place in the NFC North. And who saw that coming? I mean, with the Bears, right? I mean, I certainly did. I'm a Bears fan, and I certainly didn't see this coming. Very, very welcome to watch, to see, and so whatever. Anyways, this is a bit of a shorter episode today. I just wanted to come on and show a couple little quick things for Rob Reiner, or one quick thing for Rob Reiner, and talk a little bit about how Trump is still destroying America one little piece at a time. I mean, literally as well as figuratively, was ripping down the part of the East Wing. I just really at a loss for words. I do watch Kimmel and really Kimmel and Colbert and Seth, right? And they're I mean, I know some people get bored. They say they get bored of listening to it all the time, but it's just one of those things where you just have to keep saying it. You just have to keep calling out the crazy, because I mean, the Republicans and MAGA people out there, they really, I mean, we have to use their tactics. Just keep hammering it. Keep saying it, and then people will realize that, hey, yeah, you know what, Trump is a criminal. Trump is. Oh, I remember. Hey, wait a minute. Sorry, I remember what I was going to say. Jeez, all I had to do was give myself a minute. It's the Epstein files, right? So the Epstein deadline has come and gone. Today's Saturday, and wouldn't you know it, huge shock. They can't release all of the documents because they're having a problem with the website that they're releasing it on. I mean, it's heavily redacted anyway. And what I believe is going to happen is, well, I mean, they're saying they're redacting it to protect the victims, which is understandable. But what I think is going to happen is there's going to be all kinds of technical errors, and then you're only going to see pictures of Bill Clinton, or you're only going to see pictures of Democrats or whatever that happen to be at the island. So it's going to be heavily biased and heavily redacted. But also, I mean, it's just, in general, it's just going to be an absolute fabrication. It's just like the Warren Commission after JFK was shot, right? It's just absolutely. I mean, we can't. I mean, the states. I don't know how they're letting this. I don't know how they're letting this happen. Maybe they're doing what I said before. Maybe they're just waiting for the midterms, and then maybe the Democrats will actually, do something, like someone get a big stick and poke them, and see if they're still alive after they hopefully take over take a lot of power back after the midterms. Anyways, that's all I'm going to say about that. There's other. I had a good conversation actually about. There's one other topic, a bonus topic for today on Canadian stuff. Canadian stuff sometimes is boring, but this is not boring. Been a couple of floor crossings at the federal level in Canada. And there's been criticism over the fact that if the Liberals get a majority because of floor crossings, it's kind of undemocratic. And I do agree with that. I mean, I'm a Liberal to my core, and so it does my heart a lot of good to see conservative MPs coming to their senses and realizing that their party is so, at the federal level, is so heavily censored that they can't even, like, they're not allowed to represent their constituents. Some of the conservative criticism was, well, you're abandoning the people that got you into office. You're abandoning your constituents. But I think quite the opposite. They're finally going to be allowed to speak on behalf of their constituents under a Liberal Party, because the Conservatives get talking points. And that was one of Poilievre's criticisms of Ma when he crossed the floor. It was, well, look what he was saying a week ago, right? Well, but that was the script that got handed to him by Poilievre to say. And if he didn't say it, then he would be in trouble, whatever. He'd be in Conservative MP purgatory, I don't know. So he finally had enough and crossed the floor so he can actually represent his area properly. And there's going to be more. And yes, I agree with the opinion that it would be better if these MPs were elected. Carney will get a majority. But then he's going to have to really earn it, right? I mean, that's the point. He's going to have to earn that majority. And will he? I don't know. I can't look into a crystal ball. I know in Ontario he probably won't. I bet you some of those ridings go straight back to being Conservative, but I don't know. I just think it's great to watch the cracks starting to make themselves more visible to the naked eye with this ridiculous federal Conservative Party. And I'm loving every second of their implosion, and because we need a real Conservative Party. I mean, it's not like how the Conservatives be to the Liberals, where they would laugh and sneer and whatever. It's just because we need a real Conservative Party, actual opposition, instead of finger pointing and no plans at all. Like Poilievre he's a joke, right? I don't care how many people get upset by me saying that. If you can't realize that he's an absolute joke and he's destroying the Conservative Party, then there's just something the matter with you. Anyways, I'm going to leave it there. Let the hate flow in from any conservative people that actually listen to me. I know I ticked one person off a while ago, and they insulted me on YouTube, which I still can't sleep through the night because of that. But anyways, have a great day. If you're an NFL fan, watch the games, especially even if you're not a Bears or Packers fan. It's going to be a great game. Highly entertaining for a Saturday. Yeah, that's it. So we'll see you next time. This is Dave, podcast of a normal guy. See you later.